I regret nothing.
Welcome to the Running with Scissors I Regret Nothing podcast with MikeJ, John.
Yeah, well, this is going to say some people that aren't actually on this podcast, so we're just going to have to live with that. One day I'll get a new piece of audio that says Mike J and Eric Varela. Eric Varela back again.
Hey everybody.
He's only occupying the bottom third of his fucking window.
Well, I'm really short.
He's lounging. He's fucking lounging.
Hold on, I'll drink my Whiteclaw and I'll get taller. Watch.
This episode is brought to you by Whiteclaw and Truly Lemonade. Oh, and as it turns out, filthy casual hats. Well, filthy
our moms
casual.
Called each other.
Our mothers called me.
And they were like, hey, our boys are going on. They should wear the same thing.
They wanted to arrange it all just for the fucking hell of it.
Yeah.
Man, that is some burpee shit right there. Real quick, I need to blast out a link just so people know this is up because, you know, some people care.
Where's that link going to be so that I can see me? Well, I can see me, but I can't see the chat.
I'll send you a YouTube link.
Okay, that sounds good.
Real quick.
I want to see what all the haters are saying.
All right, I just tweeted it, but I will post it in the. Is there a chat in this thing? Yeah. Okay. Here we go. This is for you, Eric. There's the link. I'm not sure you can open it. You want it on your phone? You want it on your phone? Okay.
Yeah.
This is really fun. People are watching us talk about nothing.
We are really organized.
Very well produced. Yes. I just sent it to you.
Okay, there we go.
So anyway, I've kind of been posting a lot about this shit lately. I finally got all the old podcasts sort of lined up on a real podcast site, and people can listen to them. And it made me realize that we did a lot of these in a relatively short period of time. I mean, you know, a lot of people, you know, popular podcasts do like two a week, things like that. But we're not going to be doing that.
I mean, we're close, right?
I mean, I think we can start, but actually, I noticed in the list that I've only done 2 since Christmas of 2018, and me and you only did one sometime around early January this year, like right after the New Year, which is fine.
Half of this.
What?
I'm batting like half of these then in the last 2 years.
Well, you're doing all the recent ones. I mean, Rich the bitch doesn't work with us anymore, so I can't get him on a podcast. Kurt's MIA. Like, I just totally fucked with the feed. Oh well. But that's cool. We're back. I'm gonna actually start doing interviews soon, and I'm not gonna be doing interviews live. You know, for the 50 to 200 people that actually watch this live. You're not going to get the interviews live. It's too much of a pain in the ass. I'm going to probably stick to these formats for live podcasts, do interviews outside, and then post the interviews up on the podcast sharing links. I don't actually have a link to the podcast stuff. But if you're on our website, up at the top, there's a button for podcasts now, and you can subscribe right now on Spotify and a couple others. I'm hoping it'll be listed on Apple Podcasts soon. But that's TBD. The last time I tried to submit to them, they said no.
I like this idea for the twerking overlay that's happening in the chat there. What's happening? Like some twerking. Somebody said we should do a twerking overlay.
Oh, yeah, we could do that. I just need to find a good one, like a nice little GIF. Someone posts a nice little link to a GIF of twerking, then I think we could do that. I don't think that would be a problem. So get me one, and I'll post it. So I guess this is our first podcast since PAX, and since you all know what's going on in the world. I can't overly elaborate. You've all been kind of stuck at home. People have been dying. People have been getting very sick. Businesses have been going under. People haven't been working. I mean, it's kind of been a real shit show all around.
Dogs and cats living together.
Dogs and fucking cats are living together. No, the weirdest thing that came out of this, right now, my wife is downstairs playing Animal Crossing. And I've known her for quite a long time now. Something like 6 years.
6 or 7 months?
I've known her for like 6 or 7 months, but we've been married for 3 years. She's playing games, and she's never played games before, ever. I mean, really, ever. And
is she any good at them?
Well, it's Animal Crossing, and she had to figure out what to and what to not to do. And I can't help her because that's not my type of game. And I'm also not that big of a gamer, although I personally have been playing a lot of games during this quarantine time, which I'll talk about later. That's a topic for later in this podcast. What I really wanted to say was I hope everybody's staying safe. I hope everybody out there chose to, try to avoid doing too much. The illness is real. Whether you believe the actual numbers or not, they're still going to be bad no matter how you look at it. People are dying, and it sucks, and there's no real good answer here. We can't be locked in our houses forever, but, you just got to take some personal responsibility when you do things,
Gasp.
I think really what this is kind of showing is that we've all kind of taken the ability to do whatever we want for granted for a long time. And now we just need to be a little bit more mindful of things that we do. I spit a lot. I'm a spitter. I'm a hockey player. I was a baseball player. I was an umpire. I spit a lot. And this has made me rethink that. Like, it's not okay to be spitting in public. Like, I've kind of always realized that it was stupid. But, now I just don't do it. That's my one little thing. Plus, I really haven't gone out. Me and you haven't done shit.
No, we haven't,
and that's odd because me and you are going out people. We're the kind of people that go to clubs. We go to bars every weekend, especially you. And,
I'm out all the time, and it's weird. Don't get me wrong, I've been drinking here still, but it's like that's been my whole life for 15, maybe even 20 years. Who's counting? I can't remember most of it, anyways. Yeah. But I was definitely out there, and now I'm gonna definitely think twice about just making out with randoms.
That's exactly that's a whole nother topic. Is that this is not the good time to be a swinger. It's very hard. I'm married, so I've been quarantined with my wife, which I realized to some people they didn't love that, but I've loved it. We were good. You have a roommate, so you're good. I couldn't imagine having to have done this single, living alone.
No, it really would have been that whole, stay home if you sick, come over if you sick sort of situation, if that was the case.
Exactly. I understand. I understand the frustration people must have been going through with that and are still going through. And, now that things are kind of open, they can just go out. And should they? Maybe. Should they not? Maybe. And,
Yeah, it's a fine line. It's a goddamn fine line. I am glad I'm not alone. Don't get me wrong. I want to, kill my roommate, and I'm sure the feeling is quite mutual sometimes.
Right.
But that would have been super weird.
Yeah, and that also has led me to play a fuckload of video games. It led you to watching a fuckload of shows, which is,
Yeah, I watched a fuckload of shows. I still can't find my PS4 controller.
See, and I thought I gave you one of mine because I can't find my second one. And you can't buy any right now because they're fucking sold out everywhere. Because A, everybody needs one because they're gaming at home. B, fucking hoarders are buying all this shit and trying to make money off of the world. So
yeah, plus because they vibrate, women have turned to them. I'm told.
Well, guys too, probably.
Yeah. Let's it's 2020. Let's not.
I feel
so.
I feel like the longer we sit in quarantine, the exponentially likelier we are to shove something up our ass just to see what it feels like.
Right. So when you're doing stuff when you're putting stuff in your ass, is the vibration good?
I don't know. Depends on the game. It depends on the game, I suppose.
Yeah. Because I'm just there's already something up there, and now it's also going to vibrate. I think that's the difference between smoking drugs and injecting them.
Yeah.
You've got to start off
and then boofing them.
Right.
Eventually, and then you start boofing them.
And then eventually, when this is all over, you can share them with your friends.
Real quick, there was a question on the chat from Catsy on Twitch. They want to know who the fuck is Evizzy. So Eric is one of my best friends for, I don't know, 20 years.
Also 7 or 8 months.
We've been best friends for 7 months. It's fucking crazy. We grew up playing hockey together. We worked at a bar together many years ago through thick and thin, yada, yada, yada. A couple of years ago, he started helping out Running with Scissors with some writing. He does some design for us. He's not our lead designer. He's in the finance world, but he does some writing for us. Some of it you haven't read yet. It's on our other project, our VR project that you guys haven't seen. But the stuff you have seen is all radio.
Thank you. I am beautiful.
He is beautiful. That happened. You know who that is, right? Do you know who's saying that?
No, I don't.
That's
I can't.
David.
I can't even
David.
read. I could just...
David Jr.
Oh, of course it is. Of course it is. What up, Dave?
So Eric wrote all the radio banter in Postal 4, and he came to PAX with me this year, back right before the shutdown. So me, Eric,
we really rolled the dice with that.
Yeah, we did. The dude over in the YouTube chat, he was with us in Boston. And Vince and the dude's dad, David Sr. We were the ones wearing those purple robes at the Running with Scissors booth at PAX, which I thought was an excellent event, despite the fact that I was thoroughly grossed out with the fact that coronavirus was starting to come up. And, you know, it's not like we had a TV and people were looking at what we were doing. We had laptops at the booth and people were playing the games. And then I've got people that want to take photos with us and sign things, and you know,
there's still people touching me from that booth right now.
Yeah, exactly. The
line is still there.
Every time I fall asleep, I feel PAX germs walking down my balls. I don't like it.
How many people were there? Do you know?
I don't know if they ever gave an official gate number. Let me see. I don't think they do that. PAX East 2020 attendance. Let's see if they. The final attendance for the full weekend of PAX East. Actually, I think that's old. That's an old PAX East number.
Fuck it, just say that, and we'll pretend it's this year.
Well, no, because they've been hitting 100,000+, and this one says 52,000. But it's just the number Google automatically pulled up. Like I don't think they have a number. So it was
a lot.
Yeah, it was 150,000, and it was endless all day long, having to reset the computers. We were having to try to wipe things down in between, but like you just don't. There's just not enough time in the day to do everything you need to do for that booth. It just doesn't. It just doesn't work. So, we were exposed.
The drunker you get, the less you care too.
Right, and I was actually worried before we went that they were going to cancel the show. We had booked all this. We had paid for things that were non-refundable, and we're not some fucking big company. If that would have gotten canceled, we would have lost a lot of money. And it is what it is. I mean, it was for good reason, but it did go off, and I was a little nervous attendance was going to be down too, but no.
Also not the case.
No, not at all. And as I do like that venue. Like, it is cool that it's one big convention hall where everything is. You don't have to move between halls. But their bathroom situation was, like, beyond horrid.
It really was. It was, it's like that meme of the dude like going to the bathroom in like a truck stop, and there's just shit in place. Like literally after about an hour.
Yeah,
that's what
and not just that. Like the way the bathrooms were set up, the line, you didn't know if the line that was out the door was for anything. Like most of the time, it turns out you'd find out like the third day that those lines were just for the shitters, and if you had to piss, there was nobody at the urinals, but nobody would tell you that.
Yeah, well, it's because a bunch of introverted gamers are not they're not talking to anybody.
Yeah.
So you stand there and nobody says anything. And also, if you just line up anywhere, people will just stand behind you.
Right. Anywhere. Literally.
You could go out
anywhere.
right now, go out in the middle of your street and just stand there with like a couple people behind you.
Yeah.
Somebody will form a line. They'll probably think it's to get tested or something. I'm not sure.
Turns out people like to queue up. We didn't know that until we went there, and they do. I thought it was a pretty good show. There was plenty of people that came up and said they already played Postal 4, they already have it. They were so happy to see us there. And there were a lot of people that came up and said, "Holy fuck, you guys are still making games. Didn't know you guys were still alive. Last game I played yours was Postal 2." And then there was a bunch of people that were like, "What the fuck is Postal?" And those were the ones I wanted to reel in the most because, like, you ain't heard of this shit? Come on down. And then I'd show them. They'd piss themselves. We sold out of just about everything we brought before the end of the fucking third day. I didn't go to that show.
And it was 4 days.
Yeah.
Which, by the way, which is also a brutal amount of time.
Yeah. That's a long trade
4 days.
show. Well, it's not that bad if you, like, plan for it and you bring 12 people. But,
yeah,
you know, we had me, you, Vince for a couple of days, David, and then, you know, his papa.
His papa from Chicopee.
Those folks from Chicopee, those crazy folks from Chicopee. So yeah, I don't know. If you guys haven't seen anything about what we did at PAX, you could probably Google it somewhere. I don't know. It's probably around the internet.
Yeah, you can find some pictures of us, some memes, make fun of us, make a new one yourself.
Yeah, and you know, normally I don't go to these shows to make money because that's not what they're for. But as it turns out, PAX is like jam-packed with people that just want to hand you cash for swag. And so, like I said, we sold out of swag pretty fucking quickly. And turns out I could have paid for the whole show that way, which would have been awesome. I mean, like I said, we're just trying to spend money to market, but it would have been nice to get more swag out there because it seems people like ball mouse pads and our shirts and our signs.
You know, I am disappointed that we didn't get to sign a single body part, which we really should have pushed that idea.
I 100% think that David
I would have signed some man boobs.
David would have let you sign his dick.
Oh, yeah, dude. I would have signed him all over. I'd still be signing him.
David, get on the next flight to Tucson. Eric wants to sign you. And then you can leave.
Yeah.
He'll meet you at the airport, and then you leave.
And then we'll sign you, put you right back on.
Yeah.
Make sure you shave,
crazy.
though, because it's hard to sign somebody with his hair.
He doesn't have a hairy shaft.
I don't know about that, dude. I think I could see there being some fro down there.
You guys heard that chickapees have a fucking ton of shaft pubes.
Shaft pubes. That's a thing. I mean, I know personally.
You got a few? Yeah, I got a few too.
I got a few.
Those are the easy ones to shave, though.
They're sneaking up the backside. You know?
And they're gray. They're going gray.
Oh yeah, dude. We definitely have gray pubes.
Oh.
Yeah,
Oh,
it's starting
close
to.
the question, Shing. Okay. So I guess our main topic. Well, we started with PAX. PAX was nice. COVID. Yeah, it is what it is. Just our only advice is keep doing what you're doing. If you want to go out, go out, but wear a mask. It's not about you. You're trying to just protect other people. It is your right to not wear a mask if you don't want to, but if you go to a business and they tell you have to, that's their right. It's a business. Just like anything else, like you have to wear a shirt when you go into a store. Got to wear a mask.
Just think of it as a condom for your mouth.
Yeah, exactly. And you know what? If you don't like a mask, you know what you're not going to like? A ventilator.
That's very true.
Getting a fucking giant tube shoved down your throat to force you to breathe, you're not going to like it. So anyway, we can stop talking about that now.
Yeah.
The other thing that we've had going on, pretty much since October, and the reason why we're, Motown Philly back again is Postal 4. Postal 4 has been out for, almost 7 months now, a little over 6 months.
Oh, that really is 7 months.
Yeah. It seems like, just yesterday when we were talking about, going out to bars for Halloween and things like that. And now I'm like, can I just not hand out candy and hide in my house? But anyway, Postal 4's out. It's been doing really well. We've updated that thing like a motherfucker, like just constantly updating. We most recently added in an update that just put some grass on the ground, like just a little foliage update so people can, it's just a visual thing. But people have been appreciating the updates. Like a lot of early access games don't get as updated as we've been doing, and we plan to do this for the rest of development. I mean, the updates are starting to get a little farther apart because everything we have to do takes a little bit more time, and there's a lot more QA that's involved. We end up finishing an update, sending it over to QA, and then they find a bunch of shit that's game breakers. So, we're getting there. We're working on it. I know we've had a lot of questions about when the fuck it's going to be done. Next year. It'll be done next year. That's the hope.
About the time of the vaccine. Is it lining up to that?
Yeah, Postal 4 is actually the vaccine for COVID. You just keep playing it.
That's our marketing ploy.
Just keep playing it.
Right. Yeah. Just
You know what I
playing
mean?
it, you'll be fine.
So sometime early next year, we're hoping to have it done. We are working really hard on the Tuesday update for it now. So the second day of the game is going to be coming out at some point in the next couple of months, I'd say. There's some good shit going in there. There's some good, we'll call it border jokes. Another part of town.
I know what you're talking about. I know what part you're talking about now.
Edenson is located on the Arizona-Mexico border, so we're going to head on down there next and do some stuff. But if you guys haven't joined the Janky forums, I'd like you to do that. Head on over to Postal4isjanky, number 4. Postal4isjanky.com or P4isjanky.com. Sign up for those forums. It helps us out. You can tell us things that go wrong, things you love, things you hate, things you want, things you don't want. I can't say we're going to listen to any of them, but we have in the past already. I mean, when we fixed that bug where piss was breaking glass and you guys fucking revolted and we put that back into the game, we're more than happy to do that again. Odds are we're not going to change
That would be
anything.
some awesome power.
That's what.
Well, that's piss through glass.
Well, and originally you didn't have to. Now you have to take the vitamin X drug, which is like a steroid. It speeds you up a little bit. Your piss becomes a fire hose, breaks glass, knocks people over, and your kick becomes like a fucking Super Saiyan kick. You kick them and they fly across the map. So, little things like that. If you haven't checked out this game and you're just somehow hearing this from me now because you somehow came across this podcast, I don't know, because you're bored and you're home all the time, you should check it out. Postalgames.com, gopostal.com, runningwithscissors.com. There's a ton of info, trailers, and check it out on Steam. It's got a 90% review on Steam right now from the fans. It's done pretty well. So let's keep that rolling. Postal 4, everybody. It's what we're doing here. We're gonna take a little Truly break real quick, or Whiteclaw break, as Eric has.
Fuck yeah, drink if you got them.
I drink Truly lemonade. This one happens to be a strawberry lemonade. It really is delicious. Let's go to a question from a fan. Can we add shopping carts in the game? I want to ride one in the game. Probably not. The mobility scooter is going to probably be the only form of transportation, at least for now. Who knows later on? But yeah, we would like to
put somebody's mom in there for that. That'd be a good ride.
Just ride anybody's mom.
Just somebody's mom.
How about just like a dude with your mom tattooed on his back?
That's fine.
That would work too. All right, cool. Well, that question came from Scum Gang, and yeah, sorry, probably not going to do it. Big fan from Norway. Last time I tested Postal 4, there was no terrorists. I miss them. They were hilarious in Postal 2. Will they come back to Postal 4? This is kind of a question we've had to answer a lot, and the truth is, we kind of have beat the terrorist thing to death at this point. So I don't think we're going to have any jihadis in Postal 4. If you played Paradise Lost, the terrorists had become hippies now. So we kind of reached peak terrorists in Postal. We did it. It's done. We've got some other ideas. We've got some other things coming. Who knows? Who knows what's going to be there? But it's probably not going to be jihadis this time. Sorry, Birdie 1131. Prodsy wants to know our thoughts on Canada.
That's about it.
I do have a thought. Letterkenny is fucking hilarious.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. No. You know what? That's very fair. That's very fair. That's probably the best piece of art that's ever come out of anywhere.
Right.
So
Prodsy, if you're not familiar with the show Letterkenny, because as it turns out, I talk to a lot of Canadian people, and I'm like, I make Letterkenny jokes, and they're like, "What the fuck are you talking about?" And I'm like,
"What are you making fun of my dad?"
Yeah. I'm like, no, this is like the show, man, and it's not like a Canadian show that's only popular here. It's a popular show in Canada, and it's on Crave TV. It's a show about Hicks hockey players and skids, and the banter is just fucking wicked hilarious, and I strongly advise that you should check
see
out.
What you did there.
Yeah, if you're on Hulu in the United States, look up Letterkenny. That shit is fucking gold, Jerry. Gold!
It is. You got to make it through the first episode or two, though.
Yeah, the first episode.
Before you get what's going on.
I mean, once you go back and watch the first few episodes later, once you know the characters, they're awesome. But when you first start watching the show, you're like, what the fuck am I watching, man? And then it all kind of clicks, and the characters are all amazing. Every single fucking...
Next thing you know, you're hard.
Right. Very hard. There you go, Prodsy. That's our thoughts on Canada. Fat Kid Productions wants to know, can we please get Joey's World Tour in Postal 4? I don't know what that is. So no.
Joey's World.
Are you looking it up?
No. I'm checking to see if this the renewed sent to me. They were not, though.
Joey's World Tour. Like, I think maybe, like, this is an OK Boomer thing, but, like, what the fuck is Joey's World Tour? It appears to be some YouTube channel. 430,000 subs. Oh, it looks like it's a food reviewer. He's a food reviewer. Big fat dude that reviews food.
So you want the big fat dude in the game?
Well, if I was going to get a big fat dude that's reviewing food, I would rather get Action Bronson from Fuck That's Delicious on
he died?
Vice.
Somebody said who died?
No, he's...
Oh, Vince? Yeah, Vince.
Did Vince die? No, Vince didn't die. He's fucking living that life. You know what I mean?
Vince may never die. We may be long gone, and he's still there. You know, gold chain, maybe wearing nothing but a gold chain.
And a fucking tracksuit.
Yeah.
Oh, God. Okay. Is more of the town going to be revealed during the week? Yes. Tuesday is going to open up a couple different areas. Wednesday is going to open up a couple different areas. Thursday is going to open up a couple different areas. The map's going to be pretty fucking big. We're going to have a fast travel system in there too, because, you know, you don't really want to ride around on a scooter or run. Lately, I've been playing the game with the Sanic cheat on, not Sonic, Sanic, just so I can run super fast, because most of the time I'm just testing. Yeah, most of the time I'm just testing, and I need to run around really fast. So, will Postal 4 have gambling? No. Oh, yeah, sure. We're going to put loot boxes in the game. Tons and tons and tons of them. So all you have to spend all your hard-earned money so I can buy another house. No, we're not going to do that. There's not going to be any gambling in our game. And
you have a house?
That's our joke. He doesn't even have a house. That's a good arrest. I do. So the next thing I wanted to talk about is probably not going to pique your interest at all, Eric, but it was the VR release of the game Alex. Briefly talked about it last time.
Yeah, no, I'll be here drinking while you guys talk amongst yourselves. Tell me about it. I don't know anything about it. Sell me on this fucking thing. That's what you do, right? Sell video games?
I can sell. Well, here's the thing. Did you ever play any of the Half-Life titles?
No, I did not.
All right, so it wouldn't interest you out of the gate. But the game is actually the first real full VR experience that happens to be in a classic game situation. So you play one of the characters from Half-Life 2, and it was a good 11 hours of gameplay. It's a first-person experience, so you can choose to actually run around in the map with the controller, or you can use, hopping, which is the less get sick to your stomach way of playing.
Yeah, see, that's what VR for me. That's what happens. I get like super, super sick.
Well, since you tried it last time, a lot of games have had a comfort options added in so that you could, not get as sick so quickly. But yeah, it's really cool.
Like Xanax, does that work?
Yeah. Just get all drugged up. VR is way better when you're all drugged up. So basically, this is a prequel to Half-Life 2, and you play Alex Vance. And I mean, it's very hard to explain to someone that doesn't know Half-Life 2, but it is like this is bringing back a title that everybody has loved, and they've been dying for the third game. I mean, it's a fucking Reddit meme at this point that Half-Life 3 is confirmed, because it's not. But Alex was just amazing in every fucking way. I mean, I couldn't put it down. I had to keep playing it every day. I have not played it a second time because, like I said, I'm playing some other games. But that is a crowning achievement in VR, and what I really think is the big deal about it is that Alex helped sell lots of VR kits. They've been sold out everywhere, and this was even before the COVID shit went down. They announced Alex like, I don't know, sometime around November last year or October, and they said, oh, it's coming out in March. Nobody knew anything about it, and then just fucking boom, everybody bought up all the VR kits, which is pretty cool because, you know, we do have this VR game sitting on a shelf that we would like to one day finish up, but you know it requires a bigger user base, and Alex has definitely provided that. That said, I'm not sure the Postal community is a huge VR support yet. So just so you know, the game's not Postal. It is retconned into the universe. The characters are the same characters from the radio station in Postal 4. If you guys have listened to the radio station, it's Lovey the Love Boy, which happens to be me, and Eric plays the Weatherman. Do your fucking Weatherman voice.
It's gonna rain.
No, wrong Weatherman voice. That's great. But we have had a lot of requests for Postal in VR, and yeah, you know, it's something we want to tinker with. I mean, maybe just a little tech demo of Postal 4 in VR. That might happen. Who knows? Maybe at some point. You know, I don't know if you guys would rather us finish the game or go off on a tangent to make a tech demo that nobody's going to play because none of you have fucking VR. So I'm not sure that would be the greatest idea ever. Can I get your guys' thoughts on Doom Eternal's anti-cheat and the backlash against it? There is no thoughts. Haven't played Doom Eternal. Don't know about the anti-cheat. And I'm not even sure what the backlash against it is. So my thoughts on that are...
It seems a bit derivative.
Yeah. I mean, why would you want to stop people from cheating?
Yeah, and reductionist.
Yeah. It's your game. You bought it. I'm guessing this is a multiplayer game. I don't know. This is my David Jr. said, the anti-cheat isn't bad. You can uninstall it from your system. There you go. Problem solved. Thanks, Dave.
Hey, easy. Thanks, David. And we've known David since he was just a little baby.
No, I actually took care of him in a petri dish when he was just a semen.
Yeah, and we birthed him at PAX.
We did.
Under the little table that we have. You know, it has a skirt so nobody saw anything.
Yeah, I mean, people saw it because I live streamed it, but nobody there saw it.
Yeah, and
he said,
it was
Mike
something
is
else.
Papi. If I'm Papi, what is Eric?
Yeah, what am I?
It's a little delayed. We'll get the answer in due time.
Yeah.
Who had the idea of the pissing mechanic in Postal 2? Well, I'm going to guess that was Steve Wick. Steve Wick wrote the design for Postal 2. So we'll give credit where credit's due. Steve Wick's no longer with Running with Scissors, but he was the quote-unquote genius behind Postal 2. So pretty much any mechanic in that game is probably due to him. Nathan Fouts was one of the lead programmers, so he probably had a hand in a couple features here and there. But because it's 2020 and who gives a fuck, you know what? I'm just going to take credit for it. I invented the pissing mechanic.
Yeah, fuck yeah, you did. You know what you guys really should put on there is one of those graboid things from the Tremors movies. Maybe call them something different, but it'll be the same basic idea.
Sure.
Ride those around. You know, I don't know what else they really do, but you know, then he could, you know, say whatever they say when there's a stampede. It'd be good. It'd be good times. Not that anybody watching this probably has any clue what the fuck that is.
No, probably not. I actually just finished the Dune book. Never read it before. And that's definitely inspirato for things like Tremors, Star Wars, all kinds of things like that.
Beetlejuice. Yeah.
Other things, you know. Another fucking casino. No. Will we get different outfits? Armin Muftik. We'll call you Armin Van Buren. Armin Van Buren wants to know, are we going to have different outfits in Postal 4? 100% yes. The dude's old outfit's going to be back probably sooner than you'd expect. Well, maybe not. You probably all wanted it originally, but you will be able to change out of the purple robe. We know that some of you like get a little cagey when you see that your favorite video game character is wearing something purple. like my fucking hat. On this Filthy Casual hat, check out their website. I'm guessing it's filthycasual.com. Maybe I should promote better.
You can probably just look up Filthy Casual clothing.
Filthycasual.com. I was correct. It's run by a guy named Mike. Happen to know him.
Hey.
Good dude. So check them out. They're not our sponsor, but we happen to be wearing their hats. So we'll say they're our sponsor. They gave us these hats for discounted rates at PAX.
They're a nice lady.
They are a nice lady.
They're a real nice lady. We've known them for probably 7 or 8 months too.
A good 7 or 8 months. They've been around since Decadence. That's when I met them. I met them the day before Decadence. All right. So as we do in these podcasts, we tend to start talking about Star Wars.
Fuck yeah, we do.
Not that there is. I mean, there is a ton to talk about, but as far as new stuff to talk about, there's obviously been some Mandalorian 2 Season 2 casting leaks, which have made both of us fully erect.
And by that, like, fully. Not just like, oh, it's up all the way. Like, we're talking,
yeah.
Like, she's going to notice. She's going to be like, wow, this is more than usual.
Right. For those of you that haven't watched Clone Wars or Rebels, number one, if you're into Star Wars, start now. That's all I have to say. It took a while for me to finish it. I'd started Clone Wars years ago, and I never finished it. And I'm really mad I didn't, because I watched it in full, finished it a few months back. It's just important watching. It's better than
it's going to make everything that they've done prior and recently better, because it fills in all the like little holes that you're wondering about. It tells all the stories you wanted to know. Right. How the fuck did this happen? How did that happen? What is the Force? Yeah. It answers literally all of that shit.
Yeah,
how people died, all of it.
I'd say it's like people back in the day that used to read all the extended universe stuff for Star Wars, but this is actually from Disney and Lucas. So if you all new Star Wars sucks, man. Okay, well, Clone Wars isn't new, and it's the best Star Wars there is. Rebels actually gets a little better, but for a really good full arc, I mean, it's 7 seasons, and the 7th season just came out. The 6th season
takes a long time.
Yeah, I mean, it's a lot. There are 22 episodes a season. You can blow through a few in a single sitting. They're only like 22 minutes long. It takes a couple seasons to really get going, but I must tell you that you need to watch.
You have
Clone
to.
Wars now.
If you love Star Wars, you need to watch it. If you don't like it, you're like, this sucked, watch this, and you'll be like, oh, okay, I get it now.
Yeah, and I know some people say they tried, the animation isn't for them, they feel like it's a video game cutscene. Well, you get past that real fast. You very quickly forget what you're looking at, because the character depth and the writing, and there's some kiddie episodes. There just are. It's a fucking kid show. But it gets pretty deep, and there's a lot of death, and there's a lot of destruction, and it makes all the characters that you kind of wanted to like but didn't, because the movies sucked so bad in the prequels, that you actually start to like them eventually. I mean, like, if you tell yourself, like, fuck, I've tried the prequels so many times, and Anakin is such a fucking loser, Dooku is a waste of a character, Grievous looks cool, but he was there for 30 seconds. Like, just watch the Clone Wars, and you'll be like, oh, now I can watch those movies and know who the fuck I'm looking at and why they're here.
And why. And even Anakin, in the prequels, I'm good. And then, like, one, like, little meeting in an office, and all of a sudden he's, like,
one bad dream.
Jedis.
One bad dream, and all of a sudden he's just fucking slaying kids.
Yeah, you see him go into his, like, deep descent into madness. And then, of course, the best part about Clone Wars and Rebels, and probably Star Wars, is Ahsoka Tano.
Yeah, that's another thing.
Like, the best character in the whole universe.
Yeah, forget everything you know about every other character in Star Wars.
Fuck Luke Skywalker.
Yeah, the fact that this character, Ahsoka Tano, she was Anakin's Padawan. She is the most developed and the best character in the entire series. She's in both Clone Wars and Rebels.
Nothing would have happened. Nothing would have happened without her character. None of the stories would have panned out.
Yeah.
The rebellion wouldn't have happened. Nothing. She's the one. Yeah. Fuck the Skywalkers. They didn't do shit.
Yeah, you're right.
It was her.
I know. I can't tell you this enough. It took me a while to get Eric to watch it. but he did. And I've gotten a couple other people, and now I'm rewatching it again because my wife's starting to watch it. Just start Clone Wars now. It'll take you a while, and you'll eventually really start getting into it, and you won't be able to get it out of your mind. And then after you watch it, you're almost going to be a little mad that you just watched it now, and that wasn't something that you could have watched in between actual episodes 2 and 3 to like get a gist of what the fuck happened. Like episode 2 ends like, oh fuck, we're gonna finally find out what this Clone Wars shit is that they always talked about in the original movies, and then the next movie starts and it's like,
it's over.
Dooku's dead, it's over. All right, cool.
Yeah.
But you actually now have 7 full seasons of what happened. You'll give a fuck about the clones. They actually have personalities. You'll give a fuck about Anakin. You'll give a fuck about Mace. You'll give a fuck about, I mean, everybody gave a fuck about Yoda, but you get a lot more.
Obi-Wan gets better.
Yeah, you get more of Obi-Wan. Also, go ahead.
And Disney did a really good job of 2 things. First, they put a lot of references to the stuff you learn in Clone Wars in the movies that happened before they started producing, the last trilogy and all the other movies. But they also were making some of those Clone Wars while they were making the other movies. So they tie a bunch of shit together with that. Right. So you're going to find a bunch of stuff. You're like, oh, I know what that is. Like you find out where holocrons come from.
Yeah.
There's just like a bunch
and the other
of cool
thing
stuff.
Now, if you're a Mandalorian fan, and you didn't really know much about them because you didn't like read extended universe stuff, and you're like, oh, Boba's uniform is cool. You get a fuckload of Mandalorian stuff in these shows, and it's some of the best Star Wars there is. Like, I as much as I like the show The Mandalorian, I would like an entire animated series about the Purge of Mandalore. Like, it's just that cool as shit. And yeah, I'm a Star Wars fan, but I was never the kind of person that was sitting around reading extended universe stuff. Like, I don't have patience for that. And I know it's a big deal and people loved it. I didn't play any of the Star Wars video games. I never played Knights of the Old Republic. Like, I know there's good experiences out there that I've missed personally. Boomer Wars talk ending when? That's what Videos wants to know. This is Boomer Wars, a product that's still being made today en masse.
Yeah.
And making billions of dollars is Boomer Wars. I get it. You can say anything is fucking boomer this, boomer that. But Star Wars is literally ingrained in, boomer generation, Gen X, Zillennials, which is what we are, millennials, and you fucking little Zoomers out there that are bitching about fucking Star Wars, okay? Don't bitch about Star Wars. It's like just that awesome. I mean, there's some shit there. There's plenty of shit there, okay?
Yeah.
There's plenty of shit in everything.
But it's good.
Yeah. Common talk about liberal politics. Star Wars bores me to death. Oh, okay. So it's the fact that they live in this fascist future that's liberal politics. I don't know what you're fucking talking about. You think the emperor?
I don't know, but I bet he's fun at parties. I bet he's a lot of fun at parties.
You think the emperor was a liberal? Oh,
yeah.
God. Here we go.
There goes my fucking boner, dude. I was hard as fuck, and you ruined it.
My boner's actually inside my body now.
Yeah. It's like hiding from you. It's like, please tell me when Dennis leaves.
Fine, we'll move on from Star Wars. Oh, no, we have a little bit more to talk about. I was going to say the Mandalorian Season 2 casting. They've casted Ahsoka. It's Rosario Dawson. They've casted Bo-Katan, and it's going to be Katie Sackhoff, who actually voiced Bo on the show, and you might know her from Battlestar Galactica, another show that is like required watching for any person that considers themselves a mild sci-fi fan or a drama fan. Eric hasn't watched it yet. I've been yelling at it for years. It's going to start soon because it's that fucking good. Yeah, I mean, there's probably going to be some. We saw that. What's his name? The guy that actually played Jango Fett. What is his fucking name? Actor. Tamura Morrison. Yeah, he's actually going to be in season 2 of Mandalorian, supposedly playing not just Boba, but also playing Rex, another character you'd know from the Clone Wars.
Right.
So anyway,
they're going to have a lot of stuff in Mandalorian too that directly ties into those animated series. So I suggest you watch them because Mandalorian 2 is going to be way better if you saw all that shit. If you didn't, it's still going to be awesome.
Yeah, I think we lost some viewers because we were talking about Star Wars for so long. But you know what? I don't give a fuck. Don't watch me live. I don't give a fuck. Grundering Taglich wants to know, will Gary Coleman come back in Postal? You know, right. So we have the ability to do it. We do own the rights. But we already paid homage to him and put him in Paradise Lost. As you may or may not know, he was the Master Blaster of Paradise Lost. We had him up on a character named Big McWillis's back, and he was running the Coleman. I think that was a proper send off. We had a good time with him. Gary was a great dude. He was fucking murdered. His wife got away with it. We would have loved to have had him in more games, but it's just not going to happen. We have signed some sort of celebrity. I can't talk about it yet, but I've said it before and I'll say it again. You guys have probably watched this person in your private time, especially during quarantine when their numbers are through the fucking roof. Another industry, not like gaming, but does really well when people are locked at home. Starts with a P and ends with Orn.
Oh.
Yeah. So
I
anyway,
know that lady.
Yeah. It'll be cool. She's a good chick. She's going to be in Postal 4. Will we be seeing a more dynamic and interactive gore system at some point? Would also like to see some gnarly body damage. While I can't say that it will be what you expect, I'm sure we're going to put in some more stuff. I've said this before. We're going to have it so you can pick up the entrails and use them as a whip, but that's feature creepy. It's coming later. As far as like gnarly body damage and stuff, like we don't have the team to do that shit. This isn't Soldier of Fortune. It's Postal 4. It's already significantly more gory. Our gore system is like above and beyond what it used to be. You can already pick up severed limbs, heads, legs, feet, hands, and beat people with
so
them.
on and so forth.
Yeah, I think that's pretty cool. Locked maybe? I don't know. Mike, I've been trying to 100% Postal 1 in Redux, so I'm wondering what's your favorite level of the game. My favorite level in Postal 1 was the Ostrich Farm. My favorite level in Redux was the Circus. Easy enough to answer. Eric doesn't have an answer to this question because he doesn't play our games because he's a piece of shit.
Right? Yeah, it fits. I mean, that's what this game is about, right?
Now we can talk about some TV, but most of the TV shows I've watched lately, Eric hasn't watched.
I mean, what about Ozark? Did you watch that?
I did watch the new season of Ozark. Jesus, man. You know,
that was stressful. How do they make it fucking more stressful?
Every episode.
Every episode gets more stressful.
They all make you feel like shit. Every single one of them. Like, sometimes when it's out, I'm like, oh, God, I want to finish it. But I can't because, like, me and the wife, we're good with, episode a night. One.
Yeah, I can't even make it through all of them sometimes. Like, especially through this shit, things are already stressed. Mm-hmm. I was already in a bad mood.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, fuck, I can't do this. It takes, like, the awkwardness of Full House and the darkness of Altered Carbon and mixes them together in some weird way.
Except you're kind of watching Arrested Development in a different way.
Right.
Someone just asked, did I watch Solar Opposites? For those of you that don't know what Solar Opposites is, it's a new animated show by one of the guys that makes Rick and Morty. It's on Hulu. I did watch the first episode. I probably should keep watching it, but I can't. I didn't love it, but I didn't hate it.
Right. That's where I was.
Yeah,
I wasn't
it kind of felt right. It just kind of felt like, oh, I'm watching Rick and Morty, but without the characters I like. I guess I kind of felt that way back in the day when what's his name? When Seth MacFarlane made that other show while he was working on Family Guy, American Dad.
I felt the same way about King of the Hill after Beavis and Butthead, and you can go ahead and boomer me on that. That same thing, Yeah. Seeing this shit.
Yeah, I mean, I'm glad he made another show. It's cool. I just don't think it's different enough. I mean, the concept itself is a little different, but just like he's even using the same voice. I'm pretty sure it's him. I think Dan Harmon is the voice for Rick and the.
That shit always throws me off when there's like voices that match up. It's okay with Rick and Morty and like Archer, is those but those characters are kind of the same, so that's why it works, right? like the Bob's
and they're
Burger
related,
versus
right?
Archer thing. I couldn't do that. Yeah, I couldn't do the Bob's Burger Archer thing. That like I can't watch Bob's Burgers. And if I would have watched that first, I couldn't have watched Archer.
Yeah.
It just sounds like the same. I can't do that. I take
So
a
anyway,
stand.
yes, I tried Solar Opposites. No, I haven't gotten past the first episode. I should keep watching it. I agree. I do support what they are doing over at the Rick and Morty headquarters, or whatever the fuck.
The new Rick and Morty's pretty good.
What? Did you say you hear?
The new Rick and Morty's good.
Oh yes. That this new season, this new half season has been fucking dope.
No.
Do you think someone will make an Unreal 2 mod of Postal 4? That sounds regressive as fuck. So I don't think I have anything more to say. I don't think that's a good idea. Yeah. This episode is brought to you by Truly Lemonade Hard Seltzer and Whiteclaw and Filthy Casual Video Gamer Apparel. Check them out, filthycasual.com. Look at me dropping these ads for people that aren't paying us. I am so fucking nice.
I don't know. We're just fucking stupid.
And or bored. Should I do an ad for the lube that's sitting on my desk?
You should.
Wicked Aqua Lube. Buy your Wicked Aqua Lube. Works great. Let's see. What's another question? Will I be able to burn down a marching band in Postal 4? You know, I'm not sure we've overly discussed when we're going to do this, but yeah. Absolutely. We have to have a marching band. It's what we do. It's, you know, it's not that, it's a small thing, and yeah, it'd be pretty cool. Pretty cool. Which reminds me, I did watch all the new episodes of Curb Your Enthusiasm. That shit was fucking fire. Eric, you need to get on that shit.
I do. I have a lot of catching up to do.
So many shows, so little time.
I'm just so busy right now.
Yeah, that's right, you are. Some of the other shows I watched recently, which I've been telling Eric to watch for fuck's sake, is Devs. I don't know if you guys watched the Devs limited series on Hulu. It was an FX show. It stars oh god, now I'm fucking blanking on his name.
How much do you like this show?
Nick Offerman. All right, it's Nick Offerman from fucking
okay. I like
Parks
Nick
and Rec,
Offerman.
and Allison Pill and a couple other people that I have no fucking clue who they are. But god damn it, it was good. It's only like maybe 8 episodes, and it's just this weird Twin Peaks-esque, the OA sort of odd show. And
I missed the OA.
Yeah, the OA was canceled. So maybe you should watch
Stupid.
Devs. Maybe you can watch Devs. It's only one season, and it'll fill your heart.
Community's good. Somebody mentioned Community.
Yeah, Community's a good
I'll
show.
fuck with that.
Yeah.
I've been watching that a little bit here and there.
Just a little commutes, like little communities. Hey, Jack Muskrat, I see you're watching. I sent you an email about some audio file I need. If you could send that over, that would be pretty good. Jennifer Daw,
right? The OA was getting,
Yeah.
It was getting interesting.
Right. Well, what's funny is the way it ended actually doesn't feel like the worst possible ending to a series. Like utterly breaking that fourth wall, right? But
Fair.
That's not what it was. And then it just got canceled. So that's not quite the
you go too artsy and people don't get it, and that's just kind of the end of your shit.
Well, that show suffered the same fate as Twin Peaks. I mean, it's so
Right.
fucking wacko. It just,
Which I love.
yeah, no, we loved it here. We watched it. It was great. But definitely turned some people off. Britt Marling is fucking nuts, and she put a good thing together. I still don't like the dance moves. I just don't. I can't stop thinking about how stupid the dance moves are. But you like those, didn't you? You've been practicing them at home.
Mm-hmm.
Can you show them to us?
What you want to see exactly?
I want to see the fucking moves. The OA moves, bro. He does. If you guys haven't watched the OA, fucking check out the OA. Jason Isaac is in it. He played Lucius Malfoy in Harry Potter, and a couple couple. BBA, it was the chick from The Office. She's in it. It's pretty wacko, but it's worth a watch. Also, Westworld, the new season of Westworld was really good. There's nothing for me to talk to you about it, Eric, because you haven't watched it. But
yeah, I know I'm a failure.
you're not a failure. You're just, you're biding your time. You've been too busy running a club at home during quarantine.
I have been running a club during quarantine, which was also a lot of fun.
And we don't mean a club in the literal sense. Like, it's not like people were coming over to his house, but
it was a virtual club.
It was a virtual club. His roommate's a DJ, and he's been out of work during these troubled times, and so he was doing a live web stream of him DJing every weekend, a few times a weekend, to make a little tip money and pay for food. So
yeah, shake some titties around,
Right, Eric had to for a good 90 minutes, 3 or 4 times a week, stand next to a DJ and pretend he was at a club, and it worked out.
Yeah,
people watched, people tipped, all that.
It's a lot like this.
It was just like this. Raphael, what do you want? You keep saying my name, and Gilbert Hoffler wants me to say gabagoo. That fucking hurt my throat. I just hurt myself gabagooling.
You sure did.
Can we add the Easter egg that if someone pees on me, I dance? I mean, sure, but I'm not in the game yet. So, someone said he loves Twin Peaks. Now you kids can go boomer these nuts. Well, I mean, watching the old Twin Peaks, like, yeah, that's boomer shit. It's old. But the new season came out like 2.5 years ago, 3 years ago on Showtime. Fucking, that's modern. It's so fucking
yes,
modern.
Dennis.
Will the postal dude wear his classic clothes? I already answered that. Yes. When will you say Postal 4 will be released? It'll be next year, 2021. Can't say when, but I'd say the first half of the year. Why didn't we call the virus the coronavirus? Because a crow is not a pigeon. We called it the pigeonavirus, okay? We wanted to work in the pigeons because we've been fucking with pigeons for years. We've been telling you all.
We fucks with pigeons.
Yeah, we've been telling you all the pigeon mission's coming, and we keep yanking it fucking away from you. And this time we put pigeons in the game. We got the fucking pigeon cage. So we figured, you know what? It's like the bird flu, but it's the pigeon flu, the pigeona, all right? It's the pigeon virus.
Pigeona.
Pivid, yeah, it's the pivid. Pigeona viral infectious disease. Pivid 20.
Pivid 20, yeah.
Pivid 20. Was John St. John aware of the Postal series before signing up for 4? And how is his sense of humor about these kinds of things? Yeah, he was well aware of Postal, and he was more than happy to fill in and become the dude. He actually, just talking to him in life, he had that Postal dude attitude. So it was pretty cool to have him working right on it. He sort of stepped right in and did his thing. So if you don't like it, sorry. If you do like it, you're welcome. If you miss Rick, yeah, we all miss Rick. It is what it is. He does what he wants and wasn't around. So sorry about that. The latest show that just went up on Amazon, not sure if you guys watched it, pretty interesting concept. It's called Upload. Basically, it's like a future where you can have your consciousness uploaded to a server and you like live in a virtual world after you die. So it's like that episode of Black Mirror.
Yeah, Black Mirror, yeah.
Right, except this is like on another level because you only like rich people can afford it, and even when you're there, you have to everything's a microtransaction. Like everything you want there costs money. Like it's just constant payments.
Very much like real life.
Yeah, and it seems pretty stupid. The concept seems pretty stupid, and it is, but it was actually pretty cute. Some of the acting's a little weh, but it's good. If you haven't checked it out, Amazon, Amazon Prime. It's called Upload. Check it out. It actually has one of the guys from Letterkenny in it. You don't realize that right away, but it's one of the hockey players that the Fiske, Schultze, those guys. He's in it for a little bit. He's not a huge character, but he is in it. There was a question that I just saw, but I don't know what happened to it. So I alluded to this earlier, and my wife is addicted to Animal Crossing, which is nice. It's something for her to do. She's been furloughed from work now for close to 2 months now. It did help at first because she had school to finish, and since the school she goes to is self-paced, she blew through it real quick. She graduated in 4 weeks instead of what would have taken another 4 months with work, so that's nice. During this time, I was like finding things to do, and by finding things to do, that meant I was playing video games, which, if you know anything about me, not a big video game.
It's not your thing.
Well, it used to be. I was a huge gamer back in the day.
Oh, so was I back in the day.
Right. Played a lot of games. Nowadays, I'm more like, I go to my bowling league on Monday. I play in a hockey league on Sunday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. And then on the weekends, I go out. So there just wasn't a lot of time for video gaming. And since I haven't been able to do any of that, I was like, you know what? I am going to dive right back into some fucking video games. And the first thing I wanted to do was finish Red Dead Redemption because I did buy it when it came out. I got about halfway through the story. And I was like, you know what? I need to finish this epic fucking game. And it is an epic game. If you guys haven't checked it out, if you're fans of GTA, if you're fans of Westerns, if you've even played the old Red Dead games, Red Dead Redemption 2 is a fucking triumph in gaming. I mean, really, it is an epic piece.
I actually do want to play that.
Yeah, epic piece of media. You've got you got a PlayStation 4. I highly recommend you get your controller as soon as possible and you get yourself in. I can lend you my GTA 5 disc.
Check my ass. Maybe check, see if it's in your wife.
I know, we've been just trying to feel something. All of this feels something.
Well, yeah.
Yeah. So anyway, I played through Red Dead Redemption 2, finished it. What a fucking amazing thing. Then I decided, you know what? I have played GTA 5 on 2 different consoles. I started it on PS3. I got about halfway and stopped playing. Then when I got a PS4, I repurchased it, and I got a little bit further than I got the last time, and I stopped playing it. Don't ask me why, but I did. So I was like, you know what? I am going to actually play this game and finish it. And instead of just plugging in my PS4, I had a Game Pass. I was on Xbox Game Pass, and I saw GTA 5 was on there. So I downloaded it, and I started it all over again for obvious reasons. I'm a game developer. It's nice to see what the cream of the crop is doing. And I played through the game. I spent, the next, week or so just playing every day. And now, I'm pissed off I didn't do this years ago. It is just a beautiful game, amazing story, really, really worth the time. And then 2, I'm also really pissed off that I did it because while GTA 5 is the highest grossing piece of media ever, I mean, it sold 120 million copies. It's probably, the last number they announced was $6 billion, but it's got to be $7 or $8 billion now after a few years. They've never created a single player add-on to the game. Everything that they've done since has been for the GTA Online, which I'm not in and I don't want to be in. I want no part to do with that fucking online piece. So I cannot believe that something that has made that many billions, and we're not talking about like a couple of billion, like the next highest grossing piece of media is Avatar. The movie Avatar, the one where you can't name one character from it. There's been no spin-offs, no derivative
saw that
works.
either, by the way.
You should. It's good. But
Yeah.
I realize they just happened to film the next 3 movies, but it's 12 years old now, and nobody can name anything from it. But it is now the second highest grossing piece of media, and it's like $2.7 billion. Okay, so GTA 5 has more than doubled that by itself. Not GTA the series, GTA 5 alone. Came out in 2012. Somehow it's still fucking kicking today like crazy. Good for them. Make some fucking single player add-ons for fuck's sake. I mean, really. Let's say you spend $100,000 on an add-on to that. You make that in a fucking day. Like, just make the fucking add-on. I get it. They don't want it. They don't care. Yeah, you're right, Jesse. The Avatar sequels won't top the box office like the first. You're right. Nobody fucking cares anymore. I mean, I went to the little Avatar land. I went to the Pandora area at Animal Kingdom in Florida. It was beautiful. It was nice. The ride was nice. But, like...
Except it was in Florida.
Well, yeah. Other than the fact that it was in Florida. But, like, yeah, I rode with Florida Man. Florida Man was right next to me. It's fucking awful. But, yeah, it's cool. I like Avatar. It's nice, but I don't really care. I mean, I'll probably see the new movies. Probably. I don't know. I don't care that much anymore. Hey, did you watch that Tenet trailer that I said for you to watch? The new Christopher Nolan movie?
I think so. Yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
man. Christopher Nolan is a mind fucker, bro. And that
he
movie is
sure
one of
is.
those movies that was going to come out, I think, in October or November, and or maybe earlier. Maybe it was supposed to be a summer movie, and he's holding it until theaters are back to like 79% capacity or something like that. He's not going to release it direct to video because
That's good.
he thinks direct to video movies are the end of the industry. But he wants to wait, and so that's coming out. The Dune movie is coming out, which looks fucking epic. We're all waiting for a trailer. The fucking pictures from it have looked amazing. Oh, I forgot the other game I played. John mentioned this earlier, said I was playing a FedEx simulator. Death Stranding. I finished Death Stranding. I didn't think I was going to finish it. The first 10 hours are very slow and I wouldn't say boring, but they do great on you. But once you get past like once you get past the second chapter of the game, it really takes off. And while it's a Kojima game, which means you have no fucking clue what's going on at any time. I don't know if you ever played Metal Gear Solid games, Eric, but
Yeah, yeah.
Hideo Kojima is fucking batshit crazy, and he just makes the craziest shit. But this one was really, really cool. Lots of good actors in the game. A friend of mine, Justin Leeper, he did a bunch of the mocap. He did the mocap for Dead Man and for Higgs and stuff. What an amazing game. I mean, really, if you haven't had a chance to check out, Death Stranding, check it out. I got a couple more questions. I'll answer these questions and then we'll get the fuck out of here because we've been going for over an hour now. But how many people work at RWS? Are they human or alien? Our team count now is between 22 and 24. They are all humans. I cannot guarantee they all have genitals, but they do all work for us. Next question, Postal 4 Star Wars DLC when? Probably never, but maybe...
That'd be so rad.
Yeah, maybe we could do it. Maybe someone could do something for the workshop. Do a mod, Postal 4 Star Wars mod. Will there be a physical copy of... Yeah, right. Fat Kid Productions, will there be a physical copy of Postal 4? Funny you should ask. I'm working on that right now. I am going to release a early access exclusive version. Nothing's going to change about the game, but it's just going to be like a collector's edition box. We're going to call it the Coming Early Edition. Get it?
Dum 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 dum. I arrived for dinner early.
Right. November 5062 wants to know, have we ever played Serious Sam? Yeah, years ago. Serious Sam's a cool game. It looks good, fun game. One of the Postal 2 lead programmers, Nathan, worked on some Serious Sam titles after. So, yeah, look him up. Mommy's Best Games. Meow Nug, any plans for extra vehicles? Already answered this question. Memra D, did we have the rights to use Blood's JoJo Easter egg in Redux? I don't know. I don't even know all the Easter eggs in Redux. It's fucking behind me. Will the 4 have a furry convention that we can slaughter? Probably not.
Not a bad idea, though.
Yeah, but, who knows? According to the 1997 game, Postal Dude was 27 years old, and Postal 4 is he 51 years old now. Sometimes I just can't handle continuity nagging. Like, it's a garbage video game. Who fucking cares how old he is now? How old are the Simpsons? Maggie's been a fucking baby for 25 years now. Right? But they talk about shit on the show that happened 20 years ago, but they're still the same age. So I don't have an answer for you. I don't know how old he is. I don't write the game. That is above my pay grade. What do I think about the Mafia 1 remake? No idea. But I did start playing LA Noire, so I guess that counts. That I'm playing some sort of old-looking GTA clone from Rockstar that's similar to Mafia. Do Hangar 13 have what it takes? I'm guessing that has to do with the Mafia 1 remake, but I don't even know. One more question. I see it coming in right now.
Here it comes.
You going to post it in there, Jessup? I saw ya. What ending did I choose for GTA 5? Fuck, I don't even remember now. I just played through fucking Death Stranding and I forgot all about my ending for...
There you have it.
No, I really don't have an answer for that question. I so sali. So anyway, the only other thing I wanted to talk about, since we're going to be throwing these up more often now, I actually am going to start doing interviews soon. They're not going to be live. I'm just
promise.
I'm just going to be doing the interviews off air, and I'm going to post them up on the posted podcast. So I'll try to get them up on YouTube. But if you don't follow us, head on over to runningwithscissors.com/podcast and subscribe with your favorite podcast subscription app. And I definitely got Uwe Boll lined up. So if you want to get some questions in for Uwe, make sure you email them to us or post them somewhere that I'll see them. But hey, thanks for tuning in, guys. It was pretty cool to do this again. I'm glad I got to talk to you guys for an hour.
It was.
Yeah, thank you, Eric. Thank you, Eric, for sitting around and listening to me rant for the last hour and 11 minutes.
It's been great. It's been our whole friendship. So it was really just like hanging out with you in these trying times.
This is what we do. This is literally what we do. Yeah.
You too, Dennis. You have a good one.
Dennis?
Yeah. We were bantering earlier before, so I had to say bye to him.
All right. Well, it's been real. Thanks, guys. Thanks for watching. It's the Running with Scissors podcast, episode number 15. Bye.
And only the same song, that same song can lead me to the bottom. But yeah, the same song, that same song can lead me here tomorrow. But yeah, the same song, that same song can lead me to my sorrows. But yeah, the same song, that same song leads me tomorrow. When it comes on, it takes me to that place where I'm from. The words of the song help me remember right where I was. The time and the way it made me feel that way on that day. Same song, same song. It's always the same one, that same song that drags me to the bottom. It's always the same words, those same sounds I wish I had forgotten. It's always the same song, that same song that makes me feel so rotten. It's always the same song, that same song, that same song. When it comes on, it takes me to that place where I'm from. The words of the song help me remember right where I was. The time and the way it made me feel that way on that day. Same song, same song. It's only the brave ones can lead us into tomorrow. And yeah, the saved ones can lead and now to follow. And yeah, the same song, that same